Hey everyone, today we are looking at lesson 10.2, and today's lesson is about looking at fractions or comparing fractions that have the same numerator. So when I'm looking at the numerator, of course I'm looking at the number on the top. So of course I have my top number, here's my numerator, I'm going to put the end, and then my denominator on the bottom. So I'm looking at the numbers on the top. And so yesterday, or in lesson 1, we looked at the denominators. And so when we have fractions with the denominators that are the same, all we have to do is look at the top number to see which one's larger. So today we're going to be looking at fractions that have different denominators. So these numbers are going to be different, but it's going to be the same numerator. So I'm going to write same right here. Okay? So same numerator. So let's look at this picture that I have here on the screen. So we have the fraction 1/4 and 1/3. So I'm going to circle those fractions. And so we're going to compare using the less than or greater than symbol. And so notice, of course, the denominators 3 and 4 are different, but the numerators here on top are the same. And so we need to see which one is larger, which one is smaller. And so the best way to be able to determine which one is smaller or which one is larger is by using these fraction models that you see right here. And so fraction models, of course, we're using rectangles, and so the rectangles are divided based on the denominator. So when we're looking at, and I'm going to clear my board here, so when we're looking at the numbers, of course, we're looking right here, we have 1/4, here we have 1/3, and so, of course, we're looking at 1, 2, 3 parts in this fraction model. 1, 2, 3, 4 parts in that fraction model. So now we can look at to see which one is larger. So now we're looking at the pieces, because we're looking at only one piece shaded in each fraction model, because we're looking at the fractions that have the same numerator, and in this case there's only one piece that we are shading. And so, of course, it's easy to see which one is larger. We see that 1/3 is larger than 1/4. And so how we would write that, of course, you already see the answer right here. 1/3 is greater than 1/4. And that might seem a little weird to you for a minute, but we know that because 3, if we just looked at 3 is actually less than 4. Remember we talked about the less than greater than symbol? It opens up to the big number. But with fractions, when you have the same numerator, these numbers right here, 1 and 1, then the smaller number is actually greater. And so we have 1/3 compared to 1/4. We actually, if I can find my eraser on this page, it's not, 1/3 is not less than 1/4. It's actually greater than 1/4, because the piece is actually bigger. Okay, we have fewer pieces to cut, and so the smaller the denominator, the bigger the piece. And so when my numerators right here are the same, when my denominators are different, then the smaller denominator is the bigger fraction.